You are not going to want to miss this video. So grab a pen and paper. It's time to take some notes because I am literally going to walk you through how I helped my client Teresa lose 29 pounds in just 21 weeks. I'm going to make this a step-by-step guide walking you through the entire process that I followed with her in order to help her get the results and begin to lead her family from the front. We took her from comfortable to absolutely confident in just a matter of weeks, and you are not going to want to miss this step-by-step guide. Do this. Let's jump right into how I helped Teresa become the role model that she knew she should be for her family, and how I helped her lose 18% of her body weight and tighten up her stomach in just 26 weeks. We did all this without her spending countless hours in the gym, away from her family, limiting her lifestyle, or sacrificing food that she loved and her family loved. All right, so let's jump right in to this. So again, my name is Sasha, and I'm going to show you exactly how I helped Teresa lose 18% of her body weight just within 26 weeks. And we took her from feeling comfortable in her clothes to being absolutely confident, just like never before. So before we dive into the details of how we did this, I want to be able to share with you a couple pictures of what Teresa looks like before using the mob mentality method. And the picture on the left was her day one of the program. She was 159 pounds. And when she completed the program, we got her to 132 pounds. So let me tell you who this is for. This is for any moms that are looking to lose 15 to 30 pounds and reach a healthy body weight. This is for you. If you are looking to be a role model for your family and show them what healthy habits look like and what a healthy lifestyle looks like, this is for you. If you want to feel less overwhelmed and exhausted at the end of the day, this is for you. And if you are sick and tired of looking in the mirror and wondering what the hell happened, this is for you. If you want to be able to fit back into that expensive wedding dress that you paid too much money for and show it off again, this is for you. And if you have tried restriction diets before in order to lose weight and became completely frustrated and just said, forget it all, this is for you. Now, who this is not for, if you are looking for a crash diet and you are not willing to learn how to care for your body respectfully, this is not for you. If you want to keep self-sabotaging and eating your feelings, this is not for you. If you want to follow a traditional deficit diet and you are not looking to be able to create a lifestyle change, this is not for you. If you don't care about addressing your self-limiting beliefs and becoming mentally fit, this is not for you. And if you do not care about helping your family learn healthy habits, this is not for you. Now, here's the truth about losing weight as a busy mom that no one else is going to tell you. So we need to be able to optimize time inside and outside of the gym. We need to keep things extremely simple and also effective. And we need to gain momentum in order to get the weight off. And then we need to be able to keep that momentum in order to keep the weight off. And as busy moms, we become so frustrated and overwhelmed with how complicated that process can be in the midst of dealing with the chaos of our everyday lives that it can become too time consuming, and we get frustrated by how slow those results can be. And then we simply just give up and quit. And this is an ugly, ugly cycle. But don't worry, because I'm not going to let that happen to you. And as part of this method and how I teach, is I believe there is no such thing as being perfect. And with the mob mentality method, it's all about simplicity and being able to navigate through imperfect situations, because we know those definitely exist, in order to still get the results that we desire. And I believe that it is absolutely possible for every woman, no matter your age, your number of kids, no matter what type of diagnosis you've been given, to be able to feel 100% comfortable and confident in your body. Teresa started her journey with this limiting belief of, I just want to be comfortable. It took her far beyond that initial vision. And so we made things that she only dreamed of as being possible. Those things became her reality. So I want to be able to show you exactly how I helped Teresa lose 18% of her body weight without giving up her lifestyle with her family in just 26 weeks, and how I took her far beyond just being comfortable, and how I helped Teresa keep her nutrition simple and then also to prevent plateaus. So we continue to make progress throughout the whole 26-week period. And then also how to navigate around a busy schedule and optimize her time. Just a little bit more background about myself, in case you didn't know. I actually graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a master's degree as a licensed professional counselor, and I specialize in addictions and also health. I have coached thousands of women in their fitness journey and helped them discover what those missing links are to success. I actually worked in a brick and mortar gym, and from there became a remote coach because I saw that missing link that people weren't getting in the gym in order to get the results that they wanted. So that actually really spiraled me to combine my passion for actual health and mental health into a program in order to help women break through these hurdles and plateaus. I also ran a kids program to help educate and empower kids about their health. And I even did meal prepping for a good stint of time in order to help and teach women how to create clean and calculated meals. So that's kind of just a little side note and a passion of mine. So I love being able to share that skill set with others as well. So I built the mob mentality method through my own trial and error, and way too many stories to get into and share here, but I would be more than happy to share those with you as we get to know each other. And it came from me being able to navigate a really hectic schedule with one kiddo that is actually autistic, and then even having my second baby, and overcoming this mental head trash that gets in our way in order to thrive inside and outside of the gym. So that really, my own personal journey inspired me to come up with this method to be able to help and navigate other women along their own journey. That's exactly what I did with Teresa. So let's begin breaking it all down. So in these following steps, I'm going to outline just literally from A to Z what we did in order to help Teresa accomplish losing 10% of her body weight within 26 weeks. That's my goal, is to help lose 10% of your body weight within 26 weeks. And so as you can see with Teresa, we went far beyond that. So let's get into it. So there is so much information out there. It can be completely overwhelming to know what is right. So going through this process and these core stages of change with Teresa, we started off with fitness and optimizing time. We went through a fat loss phase and then also toning up. We created a routine and started building habits. In stage 2, we really worked on nutrition and accountability. We set targets, we broke through plateaus, we became very consistent and had constant communication. And then in that third phase, which is so exciting, we went through a mentality and really just breaking through a lot of limiting beliefs, identifying what those triggers are, overcoming mom guilt in order to make sure that this really became a lasting lifestyle. So I'm going to show you how we optimize each stage of this method for Teresa, so that way she was no longer held back by mistakes that she had been making in the past and was finally able to lose the weight, keep it off, and become the absolute leader of her family. So fitness and optimizing time. So we start off with a fat burning phase. Teresa was completely uncomfortable with the thought of going into a gym to start off in her fitness journey because she had gotten out of shape and didn't have a lot of confidence about going into a gym setting. So we started off with body weight movements, and we did things that she could do at home. So she actually had a basement, and in her basement, she had just some really basic equipment, and we were able to start incorporating that, teaching her how to move her body and really begin to develop her confidence during this fat burning phase. So everything was really body weight, lightweight movements. We did things for 12 to 15 reps per movement and even did some core work in there. Workouts were no more than 25 minutes long. So it really had to be able to fit into her schedule. Next thing that we did through her fitness is we started working on toning and strength building. So in the second step, we really began to target certain areas. And even for Teresa, what she really wanted to focus on was her upper body. She's like, I can't see what's going on in the back, but I can see my arms, and I want to be able to see, definition and get rid of this like arm flab that women do not like. So those are the things that we really targeted for her. When we began to actually incorporate more weight, she gained the confidence even through that first 12 weeks when we worked on her fat burning phase, that we actually, the next phase of things, the next 12 weeks, we had her going into the gym. She was doing things for 10 to 12 reps. We were putting our muscles under tension in order to begin to get more of the physique that she wanted, now that we had got rid of a lot of that stubborn fat that was existing in her body. In fitness, there was a daily target to move every single day. So we did strength training 3 days a week, and we had her moving a minimum of 20 minutes per day. So even on the days we weren't lifting, so the other 4 days a week, her target was simply just to move for 20 minutes, and 20 minutes intentionally. It wasn't, hey, park in the back of the grocery store and take extra steps. That's great and all, but it didn't count. I set Teresa with a target to actually take that 20 minutes for herself in order to care and pour into her own self, her own fitness. So a daily move target. And then as part of even her recovery, made sure that she was drinking 100 ounces of water. We did some stretching in there. And then on her off days, we even focused on playing with her kids, like just being able, she has 4 extremely active boys. And so we're like, let's incorporate some more play. Go out to the pool, go to the park, do some hiking, whatever, just getting herself moving, but actually being able to lower those stress levels and play with her kids was super important, and got in some extra activity. As part of that phase 1, we also really looked at optimizing time and routine. This is where she really struggled, is being able to begin to look at, where's this going to fit into my schedule? That was a big question that she had. She's extremely busy. Again, had 4 boys in sports, at home with her. She is a nurse and then also is in the Army Reserves. And so her schedule is slammed. Her husband is a firefighter, so he wasn't even home to help with kids daily. So we really, really had to make things fit into her schedule and optimize her calendar. So we created a structure. When was she going to get in her workouts for herself? What did that need to look like? We set a very high expectation on, this is the appointment that she was making with herself, and I was responsible for keeping her accountable to making sure she was making that appointment. And we also review that schedule weekly and plan and prepared for the upcoming week. We wanted to begin to create daily habits. So even having her meals planned for those long 12-hour shifts, she needed to be able to make sure that she had when she was going to grocery shop, when she was going to be able to make sure that she had things prepared in order to go to work, in order to track her nutrition, take care of her time for herself, and feed herself appropriately. Along with that, we started to eliminate a lot of excuses. So time was a very big excuse and something that had got in the way in the past of, we even talked about summertime. Summertime is super busy for her, and she wants to be able to spend time with her boys. And in the past, she would make an excuse of, oh, it's summer, I don't have time, or my focus needs to be on the kids. And that left her neglecting herself. And so we had to eliminate that excuse that, no, even though it's summertime, you can still take care of yourself. And we needed to be able to also expect adversity and have contingency plans, because she's a busy mom. And she knew that things are not always going to go according to plan with their crazy, chaotic schedules. So what was she going to be able to do as far as backups and to combat these feelings of stress, being overwhelmed, things not working out according to schedule, and the unexpected visitors and situations that life threw at her? So we really worked on optimizing her time and routine and talking a lot about these things and coming up with plans. Nutrition and accountability. So as far as nutrition goes, we set some expectations. We started off with just setting an expectation of her using my in-app tracker to track her meals daily. I needed to be able to see what she was eating, what type of foods that she really enjoyed eating, and then also taking pictures of her food, because that allowed me to get to know her preferences, what she liked, and then to make sure that her portions and things looked good. So that all tied into this nutrition and accountability piece. So with that, we were able to discover how much food her body needed in order to support her energy levels, her activity, leave her feeling satisfied, not hungry, and being able to give her the fuel that she needed to get through her day to day and help her also lose weight at the same time. So from there, we set a caloric boundary. And then the second part of that was setting her with a specific protein target. And we actually wrapped up the 26 weeks on just her being able to see what a full macro distribution looked like. So 26 weeks, that's all we focused on was a caloric boundary and a protein target. That was our primary objectives. So we kept it super simple. And then one thing that made her so extremely successful is that she was very consistent. We wanted to be super consistent 7 days a week, not 4 days, not lax on the weekends, but consistent 7 days a week on hitting those two primary targets. That enables her to be extremely successful. And then keeping it simple. We focused on foods that she really found enjoyable. We did not want her eating things that she had to feel like she was just stuffing down and forcing down. That was not enjoyable. So we wanted to be able to give her foods that she really enjoyed and that also fit into her day really well. And then we put those things on repeat. We found what worked, and then we kept it very simple and consistent by continuing to say, okay, Teresa, this is a great thing. Like, let's put this meal on repeat. We can pull that out of our back pocket whenever we just don't know what direction to go as far as a snack or a meal that's going to fit or that's going to be really quick to put together. So find out what works and then stick with it. And then we would analyze and adjust. If we hit plateaus, if something made her feel bloated or she wasn't feeling satisfied, we actually looked at what needed to be tweaked and changed as far as the nutrition goes in order to overcome that obstacle and get her back on a solid track. Accountability was huge. So whenever she first started, I know this was something that was uncomfortable for her, was to actually reach out and ask for help often. And she's like, you're a busy mom. I'm a busy mom. I know how busy you are, so I don't want to reach out. I don't want to bug you. This was a hurdle and a belief that we had to break. It's like, that's what I'm here for, is to reach out and to be able to help and to support you, and for you not to have to rack your brain about what works and what doesn't work. Let me figure it out for you. So once we broke through that and she really realized that she could reach out and ask for help and have that support, just things took off. It got so amazing because she would reach out anytime that she ran into a problem with not knowing what to order and eat, how to plan and prepare, or even just this head trash of, I'm struggling today, I want to eat my feelings, I'm stressed out, whatever came about. So there was this 27 support. So we constantly messaged back and forth through our app. We had a one-on-one where we met and we had a conversation, just one-on-one, to get really real about things. And then she even had access to our private community group of other women that are going after the same type of goals. So being able to know that I was always watching what she was doing was one thing that she always said helped her stay on track. She's like, I don't want to have to explain myself, or have you asking me questions about, why I was making this choice or that choice. And so she knew that I was always watching, and then also giving her honest feedback on what could be better, or there to support her and encourage her on things that she was doing really well. That also allowed us to make adjustments to her nutrition. And then even these other really big core areas that often get forgotten, as far as how was her sleeping patterns with a crazy schedule, with little kids? How is she managing stress at home and then even at work? And then how is she coping with those triggers in order to make sure that she is staying on track and things were continuing to progress in the way that she wanted it to progress? And then together, we did a lot of prepping and planning. So one big thing that she had during the course of that 26 weeks was also going on a big family 2-week extended vacation, visiting family in California. And so she wanted to be able to know that she could go and really enjoy that time with her family and be able to just breathe and let loose, but not lose any type of progress that she had made. So we really did a lot of breaking through limiting beliefs, prepping for that, and allowing her to have a lot of the things that she really enjoyed, but continuing to still be really successful and come back weighing less than she did before she went. Pretty dang exciting. Phase 3. So let's get into this stage, mentality. So with mentality and consistency, we have to learn from the past. So we were able to come up with, what were those times a year, like summer, that were big excuse times? What were those excuses that she would come up with as far as a busy schedule, not having time? What setbacks had she faced in the past that caused her to go back in this yo-yo and lack this motivation and this drive? We were able to look and analyze those things in order to overcome it and make sure that she didn't face it again in the future so she can be long-term successful. We created a really clear vision of what she wanted for herself and for her family. And we came back and visited that often. She had to know why. She had to be able to see clearly what she was going after to really help her push through some of these hard and difficult times that she faced. So we were able to look even beyond that 26 weeks and then celebrating the wins, which is so important. And we were able to really celebrate when she reached new milestones as far as her lifting or even just making it out of her car in order to go into the gym. That very first day at the gym, I remember her telling me, she was like, I sat in my car for 20 minutes and was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't go in. And then she was like, Sasha told me, like, I have to go in. And she was like, I can't get out of my car. I'm like, yes, you can. 1 foot at a time. Just get out, go inside, look at your app, do the things I program for you, and it's going to be just fine. And so that was a huge, huge win, and so proud of her. So being able to really celebrate these non-skill victories. Overcoming mom guilt is a real deal. And so she had this guilt about investing time, resources, money into herself. And we had to overcome that and be able to, like, it's okay for you to make yourself a priority as well as making your kids a priority. So she was able to say that she was able to overcome a lot of that mom guilt and really begin to be the leader of her family. She showed up for herself first. So that way she could show up for her patients at work, her kids at home, her husband when they were together. And this even just helped the relationship grow stronger. And she had said that her husband was like, I wish that you would have done this sooner. Like, I wish I would have pushed you to do this sooner. Being able to see what a huge impact it had on their relationship, and then even taking their intimacy to a whole nother level because she started feeling good about her body and had this confidence. And then it allowed their relationship to come back together. Developing this lifestyle on, like, this is how she treats her body. This is what's important. How does that go into her schedule? Just not just within a 26 period, but forever. And just letting go of this mindset of I have to be perfect, and just being able to acknowledge, like, this is where you're at today, Teresa, and it's okay. And if you want to know what happened when Teresa started to lose the weight and she started to feel more comfortable in her jeans, she felt so unbelievably confident in herself that she started challenging herself in the gym. She started buying smaller clothes without even having to try them on. She was never feeling guilty about going out to eat at Texas Roadhouse with her family and enjoying rolls and the things that she really liked. And she completely transformed not only her body, but her mind by using it. And now she's sending me selfies of herself in the gym in her sexy leggings and her sports bra, being like, look how my body's changing. Look how good I feel. And this is how powerful this program is when it's executed properly, very intentionally, and we pay attention to the little details behind every decision that is able to fundamentally be understood and change your life. So now that you understand exactly how this process works, I want to be able to have an offer for you. If you are a busy mom if you're tired of trying to figure out things on your own, if you are absolutely ready to see some real results and have someone help guide you through that process, and if you are completely fed up with feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, and you want to start being the leader in your family, and you need to start being the leader in your family, and you want to lose 10% of your body weight without spending countless hours in the gym, giving up your lifestyle and the foods that you love. I hope you found this super informative and helpful, and you are immediately able to go and apply some of these steps into your own personal journey and start doing it today. If you want to book a call with me and let me be able to help you walk through this mob mentality method, please go ahead. In the description, you can go ahead and click on the link and schedule a qualification call with me. We'll go through all the steps together, see if I am a good fit for you, you're a good fit for the program, and we will get started on customizing things out exactly for you in order to help you get the results that you want. And don't forget to go into the Mob Mentality podcast and listen to episode 3 and hear all about Teresa's personal journey straight from her.